colors for the parietals?
Red.
Yeah, like a purplish color. Then the temporals are your
Yellow.
and obviously green is occipital. You guys are out of brains. The next one.
Share with her and she.
Okay. So then we have the two fissures, right? So the big fissure going down the middle is your transverse fissure.
That one.
I'm sorry, a longitudinal fissure separating left and right sides.
Okay, longitudinal.
And then in terms of the transverse fissure, if I'm pointing here, which is mean between cerebellum and cerebellum, that's going to be your transverse fissure. Okay, so remember, transverse fissure separates cerebellum from cerebellum. Okay, the precentral gyrus, that's that dark red strip. Okay, the dark red strip. And remember, that's where your primary motor area is. Then the groove in between the dark red and the dark purple is your central sulcus. Okay, that's the groove going across. And then behind that groove is your post-central gyrus. Again, that's where your primary somatosensory area is. In terms of the sulci, all right, so we have the central sulcus we did, right? That's separating the precentral, post-central gyrus. The parieto-occipital sulcus. Well, look at the word parieto-occipital. So basically, it's anywhere, it's kind of short, it's anywhere where purple parietal meets green occipital. So the grooves there, it would be the parieto-occipital sulcus. Okay, so I'd have to point to that actual groove in order to do it. If I'm pointing to the lobe, I'll say name the lobe. Then for the, what was the other one? The lateral cerebral sulcus, that separates the frontal from the temporal. So for that one, it's really, again, not that long, but it would be right here, right, separating frontal from the temporal, essentially pink and yellow. Okay. So it's going to be in there. All right. I don't really see numbers for that. And then we did the two gyruses, so we're good on that. Cerebellum is this little gray mini brain right over here. So if I'm pointing to this, cerebellum. Now, to get to the rest of these features, we need to open up the model.
Yay.
And we're going to use the solid side, okay? Use the solid side. Now, all of this, from here, working its way up, this is all brain stem area. But it's made up of three parts, right? So the first one we have was medulla oblongata, and a good number we use for that is 63. All right, so from the bottom up to about 63, that whole area is medulla oblongata. Then we have the pons. Now, the pons has lots of tracts in it, so find the numbers 65 and 66, and then kind of run your finger over that. You feel those gradations. Those represent tracts. So between 65 and 66 is going to be pons. Midbrain is essentially right behind the pons, so that's, let's call that from 67 to 64. And you see that little cavity there between the cerebellum and the brainstem. It looks like it's a number 59 in there. That's your fourth ventricle. Okay, so there's your brainstem. Then for the diencephalon, remember that's like the central area. For the thalamus, because again it's kind of like circular in nature. It looks like four numbers might altogether map it out. 55 to 50, 50 to 49, 49 to 51, and then 51 back to 55. So that whole circular center there, that's going to be the thalamus. What is that number 47 right in the middle of the thalamus? Anyone know? That's the intermediate mass. Then hypothalamus, again, they don't really have a very good number here, but everyone find, if you're going in an inferior direction anteriorly, find like that 71, 72, and notice those little indentations kind of almost creates like a triangle-ish type shape.
We don't have one, so we're like lost right now.
Oh, that's not good. All right, so there's no other brains around? That's it? It's one per group?
Why don't you share?
Why don't you guys either jump in the middle or jump back there? Or just, when I'm done with this, I'll give it to you. I just need to point it out. That's all. All right, so the intermediate mass was 47. Thalamus was 55, 50, 49, 51. Hypothalamus, again, this area here, it's from the thalamus leading down to that 71, 72. Again, you see these little grooves kind of making almost like a triangle. So anywhere in that area is going to be hypothalamus. Okay, find 71, 72.
Right.
Now you see how there's two grooves leading up towards the thalamus? Kind of creates like a triangle type shape in that area. Anyone can point that out? Another way of thinking of it is draw a straight line from 71, 72 up to 49. Draw a straight line up there. Okay. Anything below 49, between 49 and 71, 72, that's all hypothalamus area.
Below it? Okay.
Below it. Okay? You notice how there's like two grooves near 71, 72? You see those grooves? They're kind of heading upward towards the thalamus. There's a groove. Look at 52.
52.
It's like a half an inch away from 71, 72. Okay. Now between 52 and 71, you see that groove right there? That's one groove. Below it is another groove. Those grooves essentially are the outlines of the hypothalamus. All right? So from 71 heading upwards towards the thalamus, again 49, that whole area in there, bounded by those grooves basically, that's the hypothalamus. We're good on that? All right. So then we have the epithalamus, essentially the same as the pineal gland. Let's pick, make it easy, 54 for that one.
Where 54 be at?
The posterior part of the thalamus. There's a 48, a 57, 54.
I see it.
That
Makes
area there.
Makes an S type thing.
Okay. Now the corpus callosum is a commissural tract, or a tract that connects left and right hemispheres. It's pretty big. So starting sort of like the back of the thalamus, we have a 43. And then run your finger all along that grooved tract. You pass numbers
41.
41 and 42. That whole tract is the corpus callosum.
Nice.
It's the biggest connection between left and right brain. So that's your corpus callosum. Now, anything above that, in the green, the purple, the red, the pink, the orange, all of that is basically cerebrum. But there's a part of the cerebrum that we can identify, which is in orange. They have it listed there for you. The limbic cortex. Yeah, that's the emotional brain. So if I'm above limbic cortex, and I'm saying label this part of the brain, it's going to be cerebrum. If I'm going to label the lobe, I'll do it from the outside, this part out here, and I'll say name the lobe. Everyone follow that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then that's it. That's everything on this model. You guys want it?
So that's it?
That's it. I think we got everything on the list.